I Know How This Ends by Jesse Rowell. I gift my pets the illusion of free will by placing new shells, 3D printed with silica paste, inside their terrarium. Controlled by pheromones, the hermit crabs alert each other to new and abandoned shells and start transferring homes. Their tails look soft and vulnerable as they scuttle under the artificial light of heat lamps. A hermit crab cowers in her shell as a male taps his shell against hers, tap, 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 before ripping her out. She crawls into a corner to die. She would have had more options to survive in an ocean light years away. I watch the male curl into the contours of her shell, and I wonder what it feels like to slide into someone else's home. From the confines of our rocket ship, we follow each other out of the door. Our bodies atrophied from decades in space, our skin soft under the light of a new star. There are not many of us left. My hermit crabs have outlived most of my crewmates. Get rid of them, they tell me. There are no resources here for your pets. I scan the dust of this planet and shake my head. They will die outside. I hold the crab who lost her shell and feel the pleasant pinch of her claws against the palm of my hand. There is something beautiful and alien about her, a living jewel. Her black eyes pivot as she watches me. The wind moves the hair-like setae on her legs. Throw that away, pal. You need to deploy the builders. I make my pet a new shell instead. A couple of shells, actually, and I let her choose one. She snuggles into her new home. Then I send out the machines to fabricate our new homes with silica paste, stationary shells that we will wear against this inhospitable planet. Perhaps one day we will trade these homes with each other, like hermit crabs when we feel constrained, and occupy a new floor plan or design. The designs fail. Chlorine winds eat holes in our buildings and blister our builders. We retreat into the confines of our rocket ship and watch our ghost town erode around us. The ruins disappear by nightfall, sparks arcing across the dunes. I extract silicon from the planet's soil for my shells, red and purple hues to match the planet's dust. The hermit crabs inspect them, scrambling over forms I've designed to imitate the planet's geology with its whorls and curved foothills. The oldest one with crimson legs taps at a shell, tap, 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 and adopts it as his own. He looks up at me, and I smile. The rocket frame groans around us as it shifts against the wind. Resources are dwindling, and there is talk of forming an expedition. I measure time in hermit crab generations and shell manufacturing, refining my designs and composition. My pets are patient. They don't need to hear my voice, and I have fallen silent in their presence. A couple of my crewmates joke about boiling and eating them, but they fall silent when I brandish my blaster at them. Tap, tap, tap. We think it's the wind, but we start seeing ghosts outside the portal windows. Dust wraiths form above the sparks, visible for a moment before vanishing into the shadows. They tap at the door of our rocket ship at night, emitting no infrared signature for our scanners to capture. What are they? My crewmates ask me. What do they want? Come on, you're the closest thing we have to a biologist, you and your stinking pets. I shrug. I'm an architect of habitation units, not a biologist. Most of the biologists died en route. There are not many of us left. Tap, tap, tap. I have enhanced the hermit crab shells to be indestructible against the planet's environment with its chlorine winds and electrical storms. My beauties love their new homes and clamber to occupy the spaces I've designed for them. Their legs open and close like fingers on a fist before retreating into their shells to sleep. Tap, tap, tap. They're getting more aggressive. Not the hermit crabs, my little lovelies, but the things outside our rocket ship. And my crewmates have grown mad with misconceptions. They rage at the tapping, fantasize about violence, and pretend that we still have free will. Our free will ended when we trapped ourselves inside this shell. I know how this ends. Tap. That's enough of this infernal knocking, the captain says. I'm going outside to confront these bastards. The things pull out his legs from under him. He shoots his blaster, but it flies off into the night as they drag him away. Tap. Our executioners stand outside the broken door of our rocket ship now, watching us and waiting. Tap, tap, tap echoes through the hull. We see them clearly for the first time, their black eyes pivoting above segmented symmetry, their translucent bodies blending into the crimson dust. They reach inside to pull us out. Shoot them, you fool! My crewmates scream at me. I tend to my hermit crabs. They crawl over my hands and pinch my skin one last time before crouching back into their shells. I hope they will be cared for in my absence. Their artificial shells will survive far into the future. I have made sure of that. Their remains will adorn our ruins.